Assalamu alaikum, guys. Welcome to this rather relaxed episode here on Smile to Jannah Extra, where during Ramadan I'm going to try and cover some topics that are pertinent, that are relevant to most of us, inshallah. And yeah, guys, today's topic is very important, but before I get into it, I gotta say, Assalamu alaikum, guys, and welcome to a rather special episode here on the Smile to Jannah Extra channel for you lovely folks who have decided to tune in and give me your valuable time during Ramadan. And I aim, inshallah, to make the most of it and to give you and myself as much benefit as possible. What the aim is to pick topics that are pertinent, that are relevant and important, that I probably wouldn't upload on the main channel because of the heavy amount of editing, but here we can have a more relaxed chat. And if there is a topic that you want me to cover next time, obviously listen to this one first, you know what I mean? But if there's something you want me to cover for next time, I'm gonna look at the comment that has the most likes, yeah? So that naturally means that a lot of you guys want me to cover that topic, and it's worth me covering that topic, yeah? Don't ask me to cover stuff that scholars talk about, you know what I mean? Just stuff that you'd like to get some value and some experience on from myself. Like this one's gonna be about du'as, yeah? And how a lot of people, or there's not a lot of people, but there have been a few people that I've come across that they've said some weird stuff. Like I remember when I was at secondary school and we went to this chip shop, yeah, fish and chip shop. As we went in, there was a guy, don't want to talk about his nationality, but he was like, we started talking and yeah, he seemed alright, and then he said, "You Muslim?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "I used to be Muslim." I don't know why it sounds like Super Mario. "I used to be Muslim. I pray to Allah to give me money. He don't give me. I leave Islam." So that was what he said. And here is somebody that is educated, yeah, in Islam, that is, and has experience, is practicing. And even he's saying that, I'm asking Allah to help me through this situation. Why is he not doing it, mate? Yeah, why is he not helping me? This is a seasoned Muslim, you know what I mean? And whether you've got this individual at fish and chip shop that's left the religion, or somebody that's gone to the level of self-harming because he feels that he's been abandoned. So, du'a, mate, yeah? We need to talk about this. Yeah, we need to talk about this. Shall I relax a little bit? You want me to relax? No? I don't care. Okay, let's get serious. Let's keep it in the middle. Okay, so got some notes. I've come prepared, guys. I don't take this for joke. You know what I mean? It's a serious topic. And what I want to say is that, alhamdulillah, when it comes to us seeking Islamic knowledge, typically we go to maybe Saturday, maybe a weekend madrasa, we're just studying at home, or the auntie or the uncle comes and teaches us Quran and a few things here and there. Or maybe what our parents tell us. We have a very rudimental and fundamental understanding of dua. Naturally, as a child, you're told things in a very rudimental, fundamental way. Yeah, you're told rain comes from up above. Yeah, then detailed, rain comes from clouds. Then it says that, oh, there's a water cycle, and because of the water cycle, that's how we get rain. Then you've got condensation, evaporation, precipitation. Then you start going in a bit more detail. So similarly, it's the same with Islam. Yeah, children have a very rudimentary understanding of Islam. But here's the difference. When it comes to maths, English, science, you learn stuff in primary school, but you won't expect to use that at university level, because that will be built upon, it will develop. No one can say, aha, I learned this in primary school, therefore this is the ruling, or this is the point, and it's not working at university level, I'm going to leave it. It's what people do with Islam. Yeah, dua, they're told, drink Zamzam, your dua is accepted. Okay, do salah, your dua is accepted. Ask Allah, but is your dua always accepted? What's the conditions for it to be accepted? What is dua? And if we don't understand these points, it can actually weaken our faith. To some people, actually does. Yeah. So hopefully I've given some context. So the point that I'm trying to say is, in the early years, people then leave, like they leave madrasa, they won't seek Islamic knowledge, they'll go into 11 plus exams and GCSEs and A levels, they'll get busy. Then when they hear certain i'tiraz, they hear certain objections towards the religion, because they have a fundamental understanding of the religion, they assume that that is the point, the stance, which is false. In every other field, you've developed, you've learned more. Based upon your age, you'll be taught things at a different level. Now, hopefully, you're a bit older, a bit wiser, so we're going to talk in a bit more detail, So the first thing is, when you are making dua, there are your dua can actually not be accepted. Oh, yes, Hadith has told us. There's one Hadith in Muslim where the Prophet ﷺ questions the accepted dua of a person, that their clothes are haram, their food is haram, their drink is haram, and their body is nourished in haram. So there are some people that have spent all of this time, maybe they might be selling alcohol off licenses, not praying, free mixing, haram stuff. They'll pray a Jummah and they're like, yo, man made dua at Jummah. Why is my dua not accepted? What's going on? Why are you not accepting it? What have I done? What sort of question is that, mate? Where do we start? So, another hadith in Tirmidhi says that a dua that's made from a careless and inattentive heart is not accepted. So these machine du'as, just the person's not even paying attention, mate. Even the hands is just, like the person's got Parkinson's, mate. No offense to the Parkinson's folk, but this guy's voluntarily, he can control it. So, just parroting learnt du'as. It's good for us to know the meanings. Like, Rabbana zalamna. Oh Allah, I've wronged myself. Who's made this dua? Adam alayhi salam made this dua. Allahu Akbar. It's very powerful. Rabbana atina fid dunya. This is a dua that a sahabi was called to, another person's house. Like, make dua, I've got this house. And the sahabi only made this dua 3 times. And then when he was asked, I was expecting, I'm paraphrasing of course, I was expecting you to make, another dua. And he says, what dua is more comprehensive than this? Khair in this world, khair in the afterlife, and najat from the hellfire. Rabbana atina fid dunya hasanatan wa fil akhirati hasanatan wa qina adhaban nar. So we have to understand that, you have to do the prerequisites of the dua, because the dua is told to us by Allah. Because Allah's accepting it, He gets to tell us that, look, here's the criteria that I'm asking for. Okay, cool. Now, when are du'as accepted? So du'as typically are accepted after doing a good action or in suffering. So good actions could be seeing the Kaaba for the first time, after obligatory prayers, just before you're doing Iftaar, so a few examples: drinking Zamzam, etc. So these are some times that du'as are accepted. There's of course loads more. And then I said suffering. So if a person is ill, if a person is traveling, like they say safar, in Urdu they say hum safar mein ja rahe hai, we are going on a journey. But safar sounds similar to safar. And that's why even the dua of a traveling person is accepted as well. And their prayers, typically if it's 4, it becomes 2. If it's 3, it stays 3. If it's 2, then it stays 2. But typically if it's 4, it becomes 2 rakat salah. So a traveling person has a lot of leeway. And alhamdulillah for that. And of course, if you've been wronged, if you're wronged, then your dua is accepted as well. Even if you're a non-Muslim. If you're a non-Muslim and you pray to God, you don't even believe, but not a Muslim has wronged you, even your prayer can be accepted. And this is what I wanted to get to. Yeah, this is a hadith, and it's so important that you guys know about this. Yeah, it's a hadith reported in Musnad of Ahmad by a companion called Abu Sa'id al-Khudri, who, and I'm paraphrasing, says that when you make dua, and your dua is not asking for obviously the wrong things, then one of 3 things happens to your dua. Number 1, it's accepted straight away. Number 2, a calamity that was coming, your dua will avert that calamity. And number 3, if not the first 2, then you'll be rewarded on the day of judgment. So sometimes people say, oh, my dua wasn't accepted. No, now we're getting into the juicy stuff. Yeah, in other words, I asked him and I didn't get it. I asked him and I didn't get it. Okay, so firstly, he wants the exact same thing. And number 2, he wants it now. So there's a few assumptions here, yeah? That you want the exact same thing. But what if it's not good for you? As a parent, you won't give your child everything. And if he's demanding it, do you care if he's demanding it? Who is he to demand anything? You know what I mean? Just a moment ago, he's just rolling around in a dirty nappy, in his own drool, and he's gonna come on, give me a break. You know what I mean? So that, I mean, we're worse than that. You know what I mean? So what if it's not good for you? Like I said, and what if your dua was accepted? In the sense that the second criteria, a bad thing was averted. Like, you asked for maybe money. You would have got that money, but that money would have been wasted on doctor's bills. This is mad. Yeah, I'm spitting some bars here. Yeah, you would have maybe gone a bit further, tripped up, and then had a serious injury, and you would have had to get private health care or whatnot. Or maybe you would have done something that would have put you in litigation. Yeah, you'd be stuck with lawyers, paying them and all that sort of stuff. So medical bills or lawyer bills or, whatever it may be. But Allah has averted that. So you've been given something greater. But again, the tawakkul's not there. The trust is not there. You think you know better than Allah. What is going on, mate? Yeah, who's deluded you into thinking that? Madness. And he's saying, I asked him. Yeah, you asked Allah. So is Allah answerable to you? How about we deal with this point? Is he answerable to you? Yeah, I asked him and he didn't do it. So it's his choice. Yeah. So do you tell him what to do in dua or do you ask him? Now, this is a very important distinction. Do you tell him or do you ask him? Because there's a fundamental difference between the two. When you tell someone, they're like, I deserve it, mate. I deserve it. When you ask him, you're asking from a lower position. Yeah, let's break this down. So you tell somebody who's lower than you, you tell somebody off, you tell somebody to bring the chair. Yeah, asking, can I have some money, please? Beggars don't tell you, they ask you. We're beggars. Yeah, so asking is done to somebody higher than you. Yeah, and it's done humbly to get a favorable response. Yeah, so, and the main thing that I think is important to understand is, why do we do dua? Is the primary reason for doing dua to gain something? No, because if we look at the Quran, the ayah says pretty much that dua is worship. Yeah, the dua is worship. And you know what? because I'm not going to edit this, let me get you the reference. Because I don't want to edit this video. Then it'll be easier for me to do more of these videos. You know what I mean? Surely, yep. Oh man, I might have to edit this. So there's a verse, chapter 40, verse 60. Yeah. And your Lord says, call on me, I will answer your prayer, but those who are too arrogant to serve me shall soon enter hell in humiliation. So this verse uses the word dua and ibadah interchangeably, thereby affirming that dua is an act of worship. Okay? So I got that from the book, from the kitab. Now, coming back to the point, yeah? So dua is worship. Okay? Now, why do we worship? To humble ourselves. Yeah, Islam comes from the word submission. Yeah, we have been created. وَمَا خَلَقْتُ الْجِنَّ وَالْإِنسَ إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُونَ. That Allah has created jinn and man for His worship. Yeah, for His worship. So, dua is supposed to be done to show and demonstrate one's humbleness to Allah. It's not about you receiving. That's not the primary thing. Yes, of course, that's how it's been done with lalach, you know, with that's how we're kind of bribed, like through virtues. Oh, if you do this, this will happen, or that will happen. So that's very important to understand with dua. And Allah has commanded us to make dua. There's loads of narrations. Dua is the weapon of the believer. Allah becomes angry when you don't ask. Allah likes it when you ask. Yeah. So it's not just done to receive things. Yeah. This is a very rudimental, fundamental perception of dua that's taught to kids. Yeah. But as grown-ups, we need to have this more advanced and comprehensive understanding of dua, supplication. Okay, that's it, guys. Yeah, alhamdulillah. Hopefully, you guys have benefited from that. And like I said, if there's anything you want me to cover, let's see. If you guys enjoy this, I can do it more often during Ramadan. And yeah, let's leave it there, guys. Until next time. Assalamu alaikum.